Hello guys, welcome back to Freehand Friday. It's Sam from Crafty and it's my turn this week. And I thought what we would do is we would freehand a feather onto this piece of card. Now, I'm just using a black micron pen. You can use any pen, doesn't matter, any pen. You can use any piece of paper, any piece of card. Remember, if you use something with a texture on it, you're going to get a slightly different outcome, but that is okay and it doesn't mean that it is wrong. So we're going to get straight into it so that I don't run out of time. Here we go. First thing we're going to do is make a sort of an arched line from this point up to here. Don't worry about the accuracy. It is all going to work out fine. It is going to go something like that. And then just a little bit away from there, but vertically with it, we're going to go and meet somewhere near the top. Now again, don't worry too much because these lines are going to be really hidden in what we do next. A tip from Bev is always that you should move your project to suit you. This is no different at all. So, from a point of your choosing, bear in mind it's meant to look a little bit like a feather. So about here, we're going to go out and up to a little point and come back in, out to a little point and come back in a little bit. One more, and then sort of round to the top and a bit of a curved line. Then we're going to do the same on the other side. Now if this side looks a little bit bigger or a little bit different, that doesn't matter. The great thing about feathers is you rarely see two exactly the same. So if they don't look quite right, or quite exactly the same, I should say, don't worry about it, it's no problem. And meet somewhere like that. So we've got our basic shape. Then, this is the fun bit. So from the outside, and I always start here, start where it's comfortable for you, not where it's comfortable for me. I always start here and just do small little pen strokes that are about a third of the way in. Now, they don't all have to be the same, and you can put the occasional longer bit in. Do that all the way up on both sides. Now, bear in mind, we're doing this in black and white. You can do this white on black. You can do it in multicolour, do it on black card with, for example, the moonlight pens that we did the Asemic Writing Freehand Friday with. Whatever you use, if you're using a biro on the edge of a magazine, this will work, I promise. And the important thing is, if you do have a go, so we're moving up all the time, and we're just using that edge as a guide. If it means that we take the top of our feather out a little bit more, that's okay, because it's ours. We can do what we like. Okay? I'm going to turn the project over because we're going to do the same now, coming down this way. Like I say, I don't know why that point has always been my starting point. I think it's just a force of habit. So all the way down. Like I say, this isn't, you can see as I'm doing it, there's no logic. There's no logic. There's never any logic with me. But there is a method in the madness, because as we start to sort of see this, and you'll notice I'm doing slightly longer pieces, as you go through this process, you will find that you feel more confident to put those longer strokes in, and it starts to look a bit different. So we've got that outside. Ish. This is where it starts to come together. Now, I like to turn the feather upside down. Again, that's how it works for me. Please, please make sure you're making your project work for you. All right? So that they face the same way. So if you were to make like a curved line, almost like an S, I suppose, coming back the other way, and you can make some of those touch. And this is where your feather, oh, this is going to sound like I tried to make it rhyme and I didn't. It's where your feather comes together. And just make some of those lines just touch. So using that as a guideline. If we go over that, it's not a problem. It doesn't matter. If you see a spot, for example, there's a little light spot, I'm just going to put a stroke in there, and that is going to make it darker. Now, a great thing to do with these feathers, and like I said, I love these because they're a good project for when people go, I can't draw. Everybody can do this. Everybody can do the feather. And it's a nice thing to do as well. It's quite relaxing, quite calming. Well, I think it is. Maybe that's just because I've done so many. But it is. And then the same over this side. So again, we're turning the project. We're making it work for us. Using that guideline. And if at this point you think, wow, the middle's a bit too, it's not quite what I want, make it smaller. Just make it work for you. Just making some of those touch, because when we're making those touch, it's sort of giving the project highlights. But like I say, this is one of my favourite things to draw, because everybody can do it, everybody can take part. And just like that, go back down if you think you need to, and just like that, you've got a feather. Just like that. So down here, we're just going to make that line a bit broader now. We can incorporate that into our project. Just make the sort of the tubey bit, if you like. Every feather I've ever picked up has got those fluffy bits, and that's why I like them. And there you go. It's as simple as that. And when I say it's as simple as that, I know how drawing is, and I know how it can be. But this is a nice one to get started with. I've got one for you, white on black, so that you can see how different they can look, but the same, if that makes sense. But please do have a go. Thank you for joining in with my Freehand Friday feather. I absolutely love them, and I hope you do too. Have a great Friday. Bye.